bought a van!
Hey guys, I'm Beth.
And I'm Anthony.
We are starting a new adventure, so come with us to see our new adventure. So we both met in New Zealand, where we travelled in a very tiny car.
It was pretty amazing, but unfortunately we had to come back here.
Yep, for my sister's wedding. So we came back and we did travel around a bit of France in a rental camper van. Both of us spent a lot of time travelling in camper vans, so we both know what we like and don't like. So it felt like the right time for us to do our own.
So we decided to share every step of it on YouTube, so we're happy to have you with us, guys.
Yeah. So we've had it for about a week. This is day 4 of converting it. And we've had a few tiny mistakes along the way already.
Yeah. So the van is a long wheelbase vauxhall Vivaro from 2013. It's red.
Yeah, it's an ex-post van.
And it has 80,000 miles, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite good for a van of this age.
And day 1 we started by cutting the back door, and we did pretty good. I mean, that's what we thought.
We started by cutting out the window, painting it, putting the trim on. We then sanded it, put on the primer, added the sealant and pressed in the windows. We got to the end of the day and we were really happy, we were really pleased.
So we came the next day for day 2.
And it had rained the night before. So we were like, oh nice, good test for the windows.
Yeah, but when we arrived at the van we saw that it was leaking, a lot of water inside.
A lot of water. We up.
Kind of.
A bit. It can be rectified, I think. So it rained this morning. We did it last night, and there is water on the inside of our van. And on closer inspection, there is a lot of holes around the sealant. We didn't look from the inside. I don't know why. I think it's kind of that thing where you hope that it'll be fine if you just don't know. So I didn't look. So yeah, we're going to have to somehow from the inside and the outside, I think, add more sealant. I don't think it should be a massive problem, but it might look a bit messy, but hopefully we can do it cleanly.
So it was day 2. The windows we made was leaking, so not very good, but we decided to totally ignore this.
Yep, it wasn't a problem for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did exactly the same process for the back, but we changed a few things because we realised what went wrong. So we started by drilling holes, pilot holes, into the sheet metal in the corners of where we wanted it to be. We'd drawn around the inside panel with a pen, and we drew the pilot holes each side of the corner. So there was 2, 4, 6, 8 holes in total. We then used a step drill to make those holes bigger so that we could then use the jigsaw. The jigsaw cut it out really nicely. We broke a few blades.
Yeah.
Just a few. So we had to have one person inside and one person outside because the line was on the inside panel. So every centimetre the person cutting would have to stop and the person inside would go, yep, no, left, right, up, down. So it was a bit tedious, but it was the best way that we could think of doing it. So after that we then painted around all of the exposed metal with a metal paint to stop it rusting. We then added the trim on top. This is what you can see from the inside, so we really wanted to make sure this was like neat. On the outside we then sanded down using
Scotch-Brite,
your favourite, and then some sandpaper over the top of that just to make the primer stick better. So foreshadowing, we then used primer around the edge to where the sealant is going to stick on. This just makes the sealant adhere better. This is where we had the problem, was the sealant. So you have to get an even bead of sealant all the way around, and we didn't warm up the sealant for the back doors because it's been really warm in the UK, so we thought it would be okay, but no.
So the second time we made sure of warming it in hot water, and it was way easier.
Yeah, so yeah, don't skip that step. I think we left it in the hot water for about 30 minutes and just made it 10 times easier. So yeah, we just did a single bead round the trim and then pushed the windows on.
Yeah, and this time we made sure of pushing very hard because that was the problem with the back doors. We didn't push enough, so there was a huge gap, and this is where the water come.
Yeah, we thought the problem originally was that the windows were too curved, and we thought it was weird because they're made specifically for this van. But yeah, after doing the side windows, we realised what the problem was, and then we just taped all the windows down and left them overnight to dry.
So we called it a day, and then we went back home for a bit of rest, and we came back the day after on day 3.
So yesterday we finished the windows. We did them a lot better. We can tell just because there's not a huge gap on the inside. And it hasn't rained yet, but it's meant to rain this afternoon, if you can't tell by this stormy weather. So we will know by then. But that also means that we have a time crunch for these windows. So we talked about this the other day, but we realised that there is a leak in these windows. We realised what we did. We didn't push them. We put them on, but we didn't push against them. So the glue just didn't sink in. We discussed many options yesterday, but we think our best option is to just seal from the inside. This is because if we take them off, we're probably going to scratch them. It's going to be an absolute nightmare, ball ache, all of that above. So here's one I did earlier. I sealed all along the inside here and on the outside above the top. I'm just using Tiger Seal for that, and just putting it all along the inside. I'm taping it up first, so I'm not very good at talking in order. Taping it all up with masking tape, then using Tiger Seal to go all around the edge. Some gaps are really big, so it's taken ages to fill it. And then I'm wetting my finger and going along the whole seam to smooth it out. And then while the sealant's still wet, I take the tape off because once it dries, it will pull all of the seal off. So I have to do it still while it's wet. And this one hasn't come out too bad. There's a few little messy bits that I tried to go over, and I think I made more of a mess. But the top bit is sealed. But we will see later whether it's worked or not. I don't really know what we're going to do if it hasn't, but we're going to show you the process on the other door now. So yeah, let's try and beat the rain. Let's go. So we taped up all of the trim and the window. We then applied the Tiger Seal in as even a bead we could, and then used a wet finger to smooth it all out. The rain did start halfway through, so we were really trying to rush, but we're pretty happy with how clean it looks, and you can't really tell from the inside, so that's good.
Yeah, and then the storm was coming, so it was perfect test for the van to see if it was sealed correctly. So we just closed it and went back home and wait until day 4 to see if there was some water inside.
And
we are now on day 4 and
no water.
Yes. So every windows are installed perfectly, should I say. There is no water at all, so we are very happy with the results.
Yeah, I mean, to us, if we'd done it perfectly, like what would have been the point? We wouldn't have been learning anything. Obviously, it's easy to say that now, but I do think that you got to learn from your mistakes, and it's clear that we learned. We did it really well on the second time, so we're first timers. Let's give ourselves credit.
Yeah. So the first step is done. The first step was installing the windows. Now we head to the next step, which is
insulation.
But this will be for the next video, so make sure to follow us.
And I hope you enjoyed this video, and follow along for more mistakes, but learning as we go.
Yes. See you next time, guys.
See you next time. Wow, you didn't need to slam it.
I'm sorry, I panicked.